Think of it as tribute. The kind a king might pay to a more powerful neighbor to avoid invasion. As long as I pay, there will be peace. But should I ever stop, along comes a war. I can assure you, the battlefield would extend well beyond the borders of my body alone. We all have those from time to time. I once wished a most impure demise on a colleague of mine who bought the last remaining copy of Etheril's Enchiridion of Enchanting Easements. First edition, too. As regards to your own morbid little fantasies, I'm sure they're nothing to worry about. So long as they remain fantasies.
Okay. Anything over here? Oh. Nothing. Everybody has their little tents. Is that a knoll? Yeah, it is. Dang, dude.
Karlach's got the brawn of a warrior and the wiles of a survivor. Best of all, she speaks her mind plainly and fully. Show her due respect. Many a good warrior savors the scent of blood in the air. There's no shame in a capricious murder now and again. Too many, though, and you waste energy and dull your weapon. My suggestion, attack with purpose and savor your kills. And if the urge proves too much, well, I'm sure we can find you a goblin or two to carve up. I have a confession. I was too hasty to judge you. I thought you witless, gutless, unimpressively bland.
How?
Yes, all that is true. I am cold as the sea of night. But you have stoked fires I didn't know I possessed. I swear, you would tear the horns off one dragon for plunging into another. You've gained my respect, and more still, my yearning.
Excuse me?
When I come near, your odor alone is enough to make my neck sweat and my hairs stand on end.
No.
If you must know, Vlaakith requires everything of her children. I can't count how many bruises I've inflicted. Can't measure how much blood I've drawn in the undying Queen's name. I know only blood red and death black. My mind is silver, and my body steel. I am what I must be. Say what I must be. To survive every beast I face and every wound I bear. Enough talk. I will be plain. I want to taste you. Perhaps tonight. Perhaps later. But I want it all the same. Do you?
Yeah.
Yes. Perhaps one night soon, I will come to your bunk and take what is mine. Until that night comes, I shall keep enjoying your scent.
Oh, that's a little awkward, dog. Why are you just smelling me? This fucking guy.
I knew we were a strange band, but a fugitive from the hills? Now that's someone worth knowing. Not that I want to get on the wrong side of any devils, but this Karlach is a survivor. Plus, I appreciate anyone who opens a conversation with threats of bodily harm.
That's funny. Oh actually gonna take all this, make sure I got it all arranged. Drake General dive? Whoa. What is this? Oh. Where I just put that? Where'd I put that? Ooh. No!
Don't burn yourself.
There's no time to waste.
All's well that ends.
Let's see.
Perhaps it could have.
Shapeshift. What's this do? Whoa. Interesting. Don't really need use for that. Let's see what's in here. A cape, okay. A loot. I'll put that on her. A hat. And a dagger. Oh, look at me! My tail goes through. What a silly hat. I don't think it really looks good on anyone. It's kind of funny though. I don't think you can really use a dagger though anyways either. What is this? Mixed coffee. Potion of flying. What? Nutty. So just put that in there. Let's see. I wonder what it looks like. I think I'm gonna save that guy as well. I already have a bunch of them. I don't want to waste one. I'm gonna put my spells in this backpack. Hello, lady. What are you doing?
We may have to increase our camp provisions now that we have Karlak along for the journey. Those muscles don't run on fresh air, I'll wager. Still, she'll be useful in a fight. I'm sure you do. But please try to understand that it's not something I can just talk about freely.
Very well. Perhaps there's potential in you. Let's see how you handle this. I am indeed a disciple of Shah, Mistress of the Night and Lady of Loss. I assume you've heard of her? My Lady Shah is the Night Singer, the patron of darkness and loss. Most fear the dark, like children, because in darkness they see their fears reflected. But Shah teaches us to step beyond fear, beyond loss. In darkness, we do not hide. We act. Pain, hope, the promise of better days. All of these are heavy cloaks that bend our backs and burden our hearts. We shed those cloaks. Before Shah, we stand gloriously naked, beyond the vanities of mortals. There's comfort, yes. But often there has to be pain beforehand. We tear down the lies the world is drunk on. The institutions they trust, the so-called gods they worship, the lives they cling to. We destroy false idols, topple corrupt organizations, fight heretics wherever they're found. There's often suffering, death even. Many people break before they embrace Shah's truths. You're wiser than most. Many people balk at our doctrine. It's the reason why we cherish secrecy. You've a habit of saying all the right things. Either you're very glib or we're kindred spirits. Maybe both, knowing myself. But yes, once we've saved ourselves, we can talk more on this.
The wound on my hand. It never quite heals. And sometimes it causes terrible pain to rip through me. It's my burden, though, from Lady Shah. I can feel her influence somehow. I don't think so, but you're sweet to ask. Maybe just be patient the next time you see me wince or cry out. It'll pass quickly enough. It always does. Pain is sacred to followers of Lady Shah. Pain will give way to loss and then to the peace of her eternal darkness. You can tolerate a great deal of suffering so long as it has meaning. It's difficult to say. Sometimes I wonder if it's supposed to be guiding me, punishing me, testing me. But perhaps it's none of those. Perhaps it's completely random. I'd like to hope there's more to it than that. Some meaning that Lady Shah will reveal to me when the time is right. Until then, all I can do is endure. I'll try my best. But secrecy is ingrained in me. Lady Shah considers it greater protection than any shield or armor. I cannot say. Not with what I can recall. But even then, it would not be for me to question her will. Lady Shah has her reasons.
Fine. What's on your mind? Must I? Thinking about it won't help. We know what to do, so let's do it. Find a way to rid ourselves of these things. Personally, I think finding this Halcyon is our best bet. If we're truly desperate, we can try to convince that goblin gut in assisting us. I'm not too
Nah, we're gonna
hopeful
kill that
this
goblin. We're gonna kill
quest
everybody in
will
that
actually
camp.
prove
They're,
our salvation,
they're over.
but worth keeping in mind.
I don't think I've ever had a confidant quite like you. And if I have, I can't remember them. I suppose we'd go our separate ways.
Not a slight on your company, of course. Home. Baldurs Gate. There's someone waiting for me there. Someone I have to reach.
soon as possible. Thank you. And you're right. It's a delicate matter. Not something for light conversation.
Interesting. You're hardly alone. Bloodletting is quite popular of late. Though your twinge of conscience sets you apart from the brigands, monsters, and kill-happy fiends of the world. Whatever you think may be compelling you, you may have greater ability to resist it than you realize. Everyone has unseemly thoughts. Being able to quieten them is what sets us apart from the beasts.
You already know my biggest secrets. What more can you ask? She took me in when no one else would. Without her, I wouldn't be alive. She's my mother. She nurtures me, cares for me, loves me.
Don't believe the lies the Selûnites tell.
What, besides my life's calling and the greatest problem I've ever faced? Well, I like night orchids and can't swim. Is that the sort of thing you meant? It's a deal.
No. Quite literally, I mean. With my memory suppressed, I can't betray Shah's secrets. If I manage to return to Baldurs Gate and fulfill Shah's mission,
whatever.
then
Enough talking.
At the ready.
Yeah, I'm just plopping down. Let's see. You.
What can I do you for? Depends on the type. Ice devils hate an inferno, but that's an easy one. Orthons love projectiles. What they don't love is getting their bombs lobbed right back in their faces. Demons, on the other hand, every demon is absolutely singular. You can't ever think you've got them typed out. Sharp instincts, sharp weapons, and a knack for improvisation. That's the only way to survive them. Anyway, what were we talking about? Yeah, let's go straight there. Whatever those fucks are getting up to, it's nothing good. Just to say, by the way, they're not really paladins. Lackeys of the Archdevil playing dress-up as paladins of Tyr. No honor among devils. I don't think so. At least, I still remember everything. In more detail than I wish. But, as for what's going on in your mind, and maybe in mine, I'm certain there are answers out there. We'll find them together. Well, look. You've said it, right out loud. That takes guts. The guts you'll need to change. Or at least make sure you're channeled in the right direction. Got enough enemies who could do with a good bloodletting, you know? Funny you should ask. I was just thinking about what would have become of us without that Nautiloid. I mean, I know where I'd be. Trapped in Avernus still, with the Blade of Frontiers on my tail. But what about you? It'll come back to you. Maybe you'll recognize something we passed, or maybe we'll find out what happened to you. I get the feeling we've got a long road ahead of us. I hope we find you some answers along the way.
Oh, thanks. Send that to camp. Send this to camp. Oh, this is this. Alright, let's talk to Gale. Not Gale. Will. I kinda wanna check how my armor would look like if I did one of these. Black and summer green dye. Will, are you upset that we have a
The
demon
goblins
here?
still infest the roads.
Oh no.
As long as their leaders live, Zevlor's people are trapped. He brings to mind a story. The Devil with the Silver Tongue. An old fairy tale my father read to me. The kind with a hero, a villain, and a moral. A farmer made a deal with the devil, so the story goes. In exchange for the farmer's dearest fruit, the devil granted him a bottomless coin purse. The farmer's dearest fruit, naturally, was no apple nor peach, but his beloved daughter. We can learn a lot from fairy tales. Don't you think?
I don't know.
Do not trust Raphael. Is that plain enough? Refuse him, no matter how tempting the offer, no matter how delicious the feast he lays out for you. The cost will be too great. That's because you still have hope. But when he becomes your last hope, remember this. He'll require of you only what you're least ready to part with, and then require more still. You might think you'd give up anything for a cure, but the devil won't take just anything. He'll take everything.
Yeah, I should think to. Alright, let's sleep.
Better not be cursed.
Oh. Oh.
One horn! The stink of Avernus! Advocatus Diaboli!
Well, I'll be God's damned. Blade of Frontiers. Thought I'd shaken you for good. That'll teach me to underestimate you.
Karlach, the Archdevil Zariel's gladiator, come to burn the Sword Coast to ash.
I'm just standing. Why is my chest so big?
Well, not counting the fuckers that need a good hurting.
True.
Shut it, devil. I know your kind. A heart darker than a shadow's nightmares. You'd cut a child's throat just to taste the blood.
A devil? I didn't take the blade for a fool. I...
A great fire roars through you. The fire of the first hell. You are Karlach, tearing through demons across a blood-red landscape of fire and volcanic cinder. The front lines of the Blood War. With every swing of her axe, Karlach fulfills Mistress Zariel's purpose.
Proof! Clear as summer sky. It's over, Karlach. It's time you feel the sting of the blade.
I've tried to tell you. I'm not what you think I am.
Another vision. Karlach's blade rays slicing through devils, Zariel's servants, as her eyes dart around, seeking escape. Will shudders with Karlach's desperation. She is a victim of the Blood War, not an agent of it.
By Balduran's helm, No! I will not be tricked!
You saw the truth. I may be an effective soldier, but I never wanted to serve Zariel. Legged it away from her the first chance I got.
And yet you served. No! Devils cannot be trusted!
You know monsters better than anyone. Can't you look in my eyes and see I'm not a devil?
You don't know what this means. You don't know what you're asking me to do.
I'm asking you to live, Will. Don't want to hurt you. And to be frank, I'd rather not find out how the blade got his name. I swear to you, on all I am not what you think.
Shit! Shit.
Why is this?
You
why
really
is he all
are
the way
no
back
devil,
there?
are you? I've been deceived.
Oh, thank the gods. Thought I was gonna have to take your head.
You would have died in the attempt. But there have been enough threats today.
Truce then, eh?
Aye. Truce.
Good, dude. I was worried.
I see the good in you,
have them.
Karlak. I promise not to lose sight of it. Even when the hells burn hottest.
Sheesh.
Glad Will saw sense. Even more glad he decided to stick around. Takes a pretty slick mover to track down old Karlak.
I mean, I brought him here.
Same. Now, instead of a liability, I've got a friend. Or I will have Sue, anyway.
Oh, that's a good way of looking at it. That's awesome.
You've been witness to a pantomime, I'm sorry to say. And I've played my part all too poorly. I can say only this. Karlak's not the only one who's had a villain's knife held to their throats.
Ooh.
One night soon, when we make camp, the veil will be lifted, and I'll pay my penance. You're not in any danger, I promise. I can't say the same about me.
I don't want him to die. Wait, you can actually eat food? Oh my god, what? Okay, well that you can't eat. You can't eat that either. You can eat apples though. Whoa, dude, this is great. I didn't know you could eat certain things. Okay, well I'm not gonna use a piece of salami for weaponry though. Very cool. Perfect. Well. Nope. What do you want?
There's something I want to talk to you about. Something important. I can never take for granted how someone might react when they learn I worship Lady Shah. Easier to just keep it a secret than take the risk. But you showed you had an open mind. I'm trying to say that you've earned my trust in a way very few ever have. I want that to mean something. I want you to know more about me, at least from what I can remember. As long as I've prayed to Lady Shah, I've wished to serve her as a dark justiciar. There is scarcely a greater way to fully dedicate yourself to Lady Shah, save perhaps if you become the head of her church. To become a dark justiciar is to become the Night Singer's sword arm, her implement with which she will cast down the unbelievers and win the final battle to restore her perfect, endless darkness.
Dude, that sounds kind of sick,
all
dude.
I ever wanted. I prayed it was my calling. But Mother forbid me from seeking to prove myself worthy of the rank. She said I was not ready. Not my mother, I should add. The Mother Superior, head of Lady Shah's enclave in Baldurs Gate. Sometimes I wonder if she would ever deem me ready. I owe her everything, and I only wish to serve, yet she can prove inscrutable.
Why is Carlac looking at me like that? What is she looking at? That was a load of nothing. A big nothing burger.
Dark justiciars are hated by many, judged to be ruthless fanatics. Even the few who would accept a follower of Lady Shah would likely balk at a justiciar in their midst. But
Interesting.
there's a simpler answer to your question. I simply forgot about the desire I had until I saw some things that reminded me. Now, I can't get it out of my mind. Perhaps if I succeed...
Oh, thanks for sharing, dog. Alright, let's go.
Here
Ooh,
we
a
go.
dirt mound. Did I miss this? Huh. Interesting. Alright. So... gonna go into the Gorblin village next up. This should be interesting.
Wanna dance?
Action, not reaction.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Hey ho. Me?
More beehives.
Yoink.
Yoink. Yoink indeed. So if there's anything for river. That's where Carlac was.
For me?
Need a word.
Dog.
Keep moving, stranger. Quietly. I told you to go.
Let's go.
You see a name etched into the leather. Scratch.
Squanch.
You know my name? Interesting. A predator wouldn't care to learn it. Still, you should go. My friend is injured. He needs rest. Of course he will. And then we'll return home. We were attacked. With cackling, furry things on two legs. And their smell, it was strange, rotten, evil. No, I won't leave him. If it comes to that, I may. Thank you.
Is that blood? No, never mind. One day I'll catch a break. This calls for careful footwork. Time to press ahead.
So, good to know that apples you can eat? Or maybe not. I don't know. Can't tell. Because one of them said you could eat.
No traps, please. That might be worth a look. Not a chance I'll fit in there.
Let's get on with it. I don't think I'll fit through there.
Interesting. Well, it's good to know that that's there.
Onward in her name.
Wait a second.
Have a
Could
lot on
I?
my mind.
Polymorph?
Well, in it. Dream in red.
You can eat some of these things. Okay, I'm gonna actually put these in my backpack.
I'm ready. Whatever it takes.
I am gnome. Wait, where's it? Oh, it's in here.
Got to keep moving.
Oh. Bruh.
Can't give up now.
Okay, cool.
Swift
I
as my
guess.
feet can carry me. Wish I had a bag of holding.
Okay, I talked to the dog. There's not much else up here. I didn't look at this bridge actually, now that I think about it.
Something good here.
Goblins ahead. Looks like they're laying an ambush.
Ambush, you say? What was that? 3 charcoal lines upon animal scan. This childlike portrait depicts 3 stick figures: a goblin with sparks on in its hands, a square figure humanoid, and what seems to be an elf, each of them wearing a simple crown. Interesting. must have more than 1 leader. Interesting, interesting. Alright, so I gotta make sure I buff up before we get in there. Got the spear bound, so I can throw the spear. We'll be fine with that. What are the rest of my spells? Oh, that one's a reaction, right? Let's see. Mage armor. And I actually don't need to have it on, I don't think. I'm gonna swap it over to enlarging. Alright. Perfect. Bro, I could just use Gale as my fucking mage armor guy at the beginning of every day, actually. Let me quick save, see if that does work, now that I think about it. Go to camp.
How much further can I go?
Character sheet. Examine. So I would tell you...
Hey, soldier.
Oh,
stay
come
behind.
on. You don't mean that. Oh.
And then I would do... You come with me.
Thank goodness that's all dealt with. The old...
And then... He does have it, okay. So he could just be my backup utility guy. So I could just make him have mage armor and knock. Okay, that's good. That means I won't have to waste the mage armor next time if I want to have it. Does this also mean I can just give it to both of these two? Oh wait, no, that'd be a bad idea. Wait, actually, I could give it to Carly.
I have power enough to share.
Yeah. That's actually not bad, now that I think about it. I don't have to use a whole... I won't